What I did today, I literally just slept after I watched two shows. Tiring. And I had three shawarmas today. My back hurts. I want to show you how I did my hair. But I'm like, ugh, I just want to stay in bed. Can we just like stay in bed? I want to show you what's in my couch. So earlier today, I made a day in my life, like morning edition or like morning version. And tonight I'm doing nighttime routine. So I just posted more content on my Instagram. So earlier today, remember, like I filmed my TikTok. Look at now, babe, babe. The video I posted earlier today, earlier today, has now 4,444 views. 444. What is 444 again? I always remember the numbers, like angel number. 444 angel number. 444 angel number is a sign that one should keep faith and that the angels are watching over them. They have taken it on themselves to guide one to a brighter future. If one sees this number, especially if it recurs, it is an indication that one should give up all doubts on issues related to ambitions and act decisively. Perfect, girl. Okay. I can't do that though. Like, okay, okay. Can't roll my R's. Let's see. I found this friend from New York, and for sure, film me right now. Yeah, so it's Kahuna Island. He thought that I was from New York. I'm like, babe, it's the personality. You know, like I met another a friend of a friend a couple days ago, and literally he thought that I was from New York or LA. So I went to go to a psychic. I went for a psychic reading, um, like months. No, not months. I think that was around June, like nearing the end of June. I believe I went to see a psychic in downtown Toronto. I was just walking around, and I came across this fortune teller, whatever it is. It was close by the Eaton Center, and it was literally like it was in an alleyway. Like you wouldn't even notice that it was there. And when I went there, it was on a Friday. I believe it was on a Friday. That's why I went out. So I was like, I can't be at home on a Friday. Like you cannot just stay at home on a Friday. Like you have to get out. And so I did. I went downtown, and again I came across this fortune teller, and it's so crazy. I'll tell you about it. So I was wearing this brown dress, like a skin tight brown dress, a sundress, and oh my god, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Okay, again. Rewind. I came across this fortune teller spot downtown near Eaton Center, and I was wearing this brown. It was like this color type of brown. It was a sundress, a skin tight sundress, and it's so crazy. It was around like I think 5 p.m. and I went upstairs. So I suck at explaining, so please bear with me. So literally, like, I was walking, and this was the door, and it says like some type of like palm reading or like fortune telling, whatever. So I knocked and I went upstairs, and I saw this lady, and she had a cat, and she was literally wearing the same dress that I was wearing as well. Like it wasn't the same like exact dress, but it's the same, like visually it's the same dress. And I think she's Hispanic, or I don't know, like some type of like that race. And she didn't have any customers that day. Well, I think she did, but at that hour she didn't have any. And then she told me, she was like, "You're very lucky that you came today, because normally like around this hour I don't have any clients, or like I guess like around that hour like she's busy or whatever, but at that moment it was just me, the cat, and her." And then obviously like I asked like like, this is my first time, what should I do, like what should I get, and things like that. Like I even asked for how much it is, because sometimes some fortune tellers, they have ridiculous prices. Even though I've never been to one, it's just like I saw it like obviously like on the street. So she gave me a special price, and she did 4 readings for me. So we sat down, just like across the table and things like that. And then she did this reading, and then she told me, she was um, like, think of 3 questions in your head, like the ones that you really want me to answer, or like give you some guidance or whatever. And obviously she doesn't talk like that. Like that's just like what I remember. Bear with me. So yes, and then so obviously I did ask this question, first question, second question, third question, and one of the questions were like, so is my partner right now is the one for me? And then she was like, let me see a picture. And then I showed her a picture of me and my partner at that moment, and then she was like, I need to see his eyes. And then obviously I had to like look for a picture that he wasn't wearing shades on. So I found this video of me and him that you can literally like, it was a video of like his face were here, and then my face was like here, like we're cuddling up and like we're taking a video. It was just like a casual video, and then I showed it to her, and she was like, he's not for you, honey. And I was like, I thought he's the one for me. Anyway, and then she was like, well, you're tired right now. Like you are already getting tired. Like your patience is running low. At the end of the year, and mind you, this was literally like, I would just say like at the end of June. Yeah, I think it was around like end of June, so like June 2022. Today is August 30th, 2022. So she said, she was like, so you and your partner will break up soon, and it wouldn't be a year together with this person because he is not for you. Like she said some type of the reason why like he's not for me. And then I was like, you know what? If it's meant to be, it will be, or whatever. But I'm not forcing any nature. Like I mean, I'm not forcing nature here. So like, if he is for me, then he is for me. If not, then not. I mean, sad to find out that he's not for me because I really like the guy. I really like him. And then it's crazy because like now we're not together anymore. Even before I flew out, we're not together anymore. And then she also told me, like the psychic, she also told me, she was like, oh, you also have psychic abilities. And I'm like, what? And then she was like, yes, you do have psychic abilities as well. Like you got it. You didn't get it from your mom. You got it someone in your family, but it wasn't from your mom. It wasn't from your grandma. Like somewhere in like somebody in your family, like probably your ancestors or whatever. Like I got it from them. And then it's crazy because I do have, I would say like I'm a visionary. Like whatever I say comes to life. Literally, that's why I am very careful for, like, I'm really careful in what I say to people, like to what I say to people, and like what I really like put out there in general. Like I'm very, very careful because like words are powerful. And it's crazy because like I am really getting in touch with my spirituality. Like I'm in getting in touch like carefully, and I would say like very, no, yeah, just careful and very safe. What you mean? Anyway, so that, and then she told me, she's like, oh, so you have psychic abilities, and then she told me, she was like, you're going to travel this summer, and I'm like, yes, we are actually like on that moment when she told me like, oh, you're going to travel this summer, and I was like, okay, because like me and like the person that I was with and his friends, like we were actually going on a trip outside of town, but it wasn't really like a vacation. It was more of like just out of town type of set or whatever. Like it was just like an event, and then the first screenshot you just said okay, and then it's crazy because now I'm in the Philippines and I am literally on vacation right now. Like I didn't come home here for a vacation. Like I came home because my dad passed away March 2022, and that's the reason why I am here right now in the Philippines. But it's crazy because like she told me, she was like, oh, this summer you're going on a vacation, and now it is a vacation, like a mini vacation, like a baby vacation. And then she also told me, she was like, you're going to move out of your mom's. Because I also asked her, I was like, so when should I move out of my mom's nest? And she was like, not yet, but you will move out around August or September. And it's crazy because like I am flying back to Toronto on September 9th, and I am planning to study here in the Philippines. Like I am having plans on pursuing my education here in the Philippines. So it's already like, I would say like two are correct. That one, me and my partner that time already broke up. I've broken up, and then two is like I am here right now in the Philippines, which is like summer. It's summer in Toronto right now. Right now here in the Philippines, it's rainy season, but in Toronto it is summer. So summer in Toronto is around May, June, July. We are lucky if so. May is a little bit cold. June is for sure summer. So June, July, August. By August, it's about like fall-ish. Like we are lucky if we still have summer around that time. Anyway, so I did flew out July. It's crazy. And then I am thinking of like studying here, which is I'm coming back to Toronto on September, which is I might fly out again, which means I am moving out of my mom's nest. It's crazy. And then she told me, she was like, your career, because obviously I also asked about my career, because like duh, money girl. She told me, she was like, so your career is not in Canada, it's not in Toronto, you are not meant to be here. Like you're like business wise, I am not meant for Toronto, I am meant for the US, which is like she told me, she was like, anywhere in the US you will succeed, but not here in Toronto. Like this is not the place for you. Like there's plenty of like energies here and things like that. She was like pretty much referring to like some type of like negative energy that I couldn't, that it's just like blocking my way. You know what I mean? So she said, she was like, so it's not here in Toronto, but it's going to be in the US. And I was like, that's crazy because like I keep saying that I am not meant for Toronto. Like I think my personality is in New York, and the reason why I'm telling you this story right now because like this guy that I'm talking to right now that I came across with on social media on Instagram, he is from New York, and then he told me that he thought that I live in New York, and even the friend that I met recently, he thought that I was in New York as well. Like I live in New York or LA, but I also did say before again, like I always say that I think and I feel that my career is not going to like boom here in Toronto. Like I think I am meant for LA. Like I think my personality is for LA. It's like honestly, people in Toronto, like I love Toronto people, I love Canadians, but parts of them are like they're so polite and so sensitive that literally you talk about this and you talk about that. Like sometimes they take it negatively, sometimes they get offended when you're just like being, I don't know, it's just like it's 50-50, you know, like I love Canadians, and also there's a part of like Canadians that are just like, oh, you know what, I am not for Toronto, I guess. I love Toronto, don't get me wrong, I love Toronto. Like if you do have a career, go to Toronto, and literally it's a good stepping stone. And the psychic also said that I will be a successful businesswoman. Just like you will be a business, you will. So she was like, you don't like working for anybody else. You like to work for yourself. And I was like, oh, okay, yes, yes, yes. And she was like, you don't know what you want yet, but you're going to be a successful businesswoman. And it's not here in Toronto, like it's going to be in the US. And I was like, okay, okay, writing down notes, writing down notes. And then she told me, she was like, about marriage, I can see. She was like, you will have one marriage, no divorce, two kids, a boy and a girl, around, you will have kids around 30s, in your 30s. She was like, you will have kids around in your 30s because you are not rushing. And then she was like, um, the person that you're going to marry is a good looking guy. And I was like, thank God. I mean, to me, everybody's beautiful, but you know, I have my own preference. And then she was like, um, tall guy, brown hair, brown eyes. I know it's really vague, but come on now, like the readings right now that is happening, I was like, makes so much sense. I was like, this is so accurate. And mind you, that was my first time. Like that was my first psychic reading. And then she told me, she was like, oh, about your mom, like me, like you and your mom will, like your bond, your with the, like your bond with your mom will get better. And she was like, your mom is sick, but she will get better, and things like that. And then what else did she say? Um, she also said that my family in the future will have no problem in regards to health. And she was like, your family's going to be healthy, you know, you're going to have a good family, you know, like no problems at all. And I like the fact that she told me that it's going to be one marriage and no divorce. I love that. Because, like, if I'm going to marry somebody, when I am going to marry somebody, I am aiming not to divorce that person. Like, just, you know, like, I want myself to have a close, like a close knit family. You know, like I am like since I met this person, like I was like the person that I was with before. Since I met him, like, I was like, so it's not so bad to be family oriented. Because like I've always put myself and set myself where I said, you know what, I am not really planning to have kids. You know, like I just want to be alone. And I just want to travel the world by myself or like have friends maybe, but I never really like set any intention on having a family of my own. So now it's just like my perspective in life just changed. Like since I met him, I was just like, oh, so it's not so bad to have a family. It's not so bad to be family oriented. It's not so bad to have a big family. And for me though, like personally, I would rather adopt children rather than have my own children. I don't know, for some reason, just like the idea of having a person inside of you just is crazy to me. Maybe because I am too young right now to even say that or to jump to conclusion that maybe I do really want to have a kid of my own. But I really want to adopt kids. Like I really want to adopt kids. Like there's plenty of children in, you know, like in an orphanage that are orphans. You know, they just like, I don't know. I feel like I just have plenty of love to give to people that couldn't receive that love to anybody. And I think I am put in this planet to give that love and to share that love. And also, this psychic also told me that I am a healer. That's what she said. Like, I am a healer. And it's crazy because, like, I really do meet people for a purpose that it's crazy because like I don't typically meet people just for nothing. Like I would meet somebody and I would just go onto this trance or like just goes to this some type of just whatever it is. Like I couldn't explain it. Like I'll just go to this. I'll just say a trance. A trance is okay. Let me tell you what a trance is. Not transgender girl, but like a trance, like trance. It means it's so according to Google, it's a half-conscious state characterized by an absence of response to external stimuli, typically as induced by hypnosis or entered by a medium. So for me, I would like, for example, me and you will hang out. For some reason, let's say like we always plan it out, but it never happens. And then for some reason, like today, a very spontaneous day, like we met, and for some reason today, you opened up to me. And even before you opened up to me, I will tell you certain messages that are not because I wanted you to hear it or I wanted you to tell you this and that, but it was more of just it was a like a feeling that I have to tell you this, I have to tell you that. Like literally, I know it's crazy, but I've met a couple of my friends here in the Philippines recently, and I did some type of reading. Like I call it a reading now. Like I did some type of reading to some of my friends. And I kid you not, we were just literally just like sitting down and then I will just like space out and started like spilling out words, blurting out words, and those words are literally just like it again, it was just like a reading. Like literally like for example right now, I would say, like anything you do in life, like everything happens for a reason. Like I always started with I am finding out my pattern now. Like majority of the time, I would say like everything happens for a reason, which is true. If you do believe in it, like everything really does happen for a reason. And then I would be like, oh, so like I can feel you. Like I feel this energy. I feel this type of like I can feel it within me. Like it's heavy. You have to release it. And then I will just like say a couple advices even though like they weren't asking for it or even though like they haven't opened up to me yet, like I will give them some type of like advices and they'll be like, how did you know that? They were like, how did you know that? Like did you speak to this person or to this that person? Like did you even know the story? And like how did you know that? And I was like, I don't know, I just felt like I have to tell you. It's just like a big just huge just thing in my heart that I have to tell you. Like I just a feeling that I have to tell you this message. It's just that again for me, since like a couple years ago, something happened to me that I call it a rebirth. That literally everything that happens in my life right now literally happens for a reason, and the people that I meet them for it's not that I meet them because I want something, or it's not that I meet them because I have this type of intention. Like I meet them because they had to experience this type of energy that I bring, and I think it's a type of like sometimes a waking up moment or like a wake up call or it's just some type of realization that I have to give to them because nobody will. And it's not a type of like an obligation or it's not that I am responsible for it, but it's just like I have this angel energy, like literally angel energy. On TikTok when you go for like baddie captions or like girly captions for Instagram, and then sometimes the captions are like angel energy. Like literally, I embody that, and it's crazy because like some things don't go well how you imagine it to be. Like some things might go south, some things may I don't know. Like everything in life is balanced. Some things are when you're with somebody or like with you're with a group, sometimes it is a happy group, sometimes it's not. And just like that's just how it is, that's just how life works. they will love you today, they might not love you tomorrow. That's why like I live at the present moment. And yeah, that's actually like what I want to talk about as well. Like I try to be at the present moment. You know, I am talking to this guy right now, and he always tells me that he's like, by the way, he's like years ahead of me, and he told me that, you know, you should plan things ahead. You should make a plan. You can't just be spontaneous all the time. And I'm like, I agree to that. I agree that I should plan some things in my life, but I also do believe that if it's as simple as, hey, I want to go horseback riding, or hey, I want to play billiards, or hey, I want to play airsoft and things like that, like, I don't need to plan that. Like, it's not, it's for me, it's like, it's not a life or death situation. Like, literally, I just wanted to do some type of activities because I am bored and because of like, I want to experience new things, you know, like I wasn't as sporty as I was before. And I am not also competitive as I am now. So, like for example, like if I want to play billiards, well, I don't need to plan a day to play billiards. I can literally just like if I want to play billiards today, like I can play billiards today. If you are not available to play billiards with me, or pool, billiards or pool, if you are not available to play pool with me, then I will find somebody who can play that with me. Like I stay at the present moment. Like whatever I feel right now, I just do it mindfully. Sometimes I also act out of impulsivity, but then you know what? You know, like we only live once. I know that you have to um, protect your reputation, like like it's a glass. Like literally anytime it can shatter and you cannot just bring the pieces together. But you know what? Again, you know, like things in life that you do, you know what you're doing, and you just have to be prepared and you have to be ready for the consequences that it comes with. So everything that I did in 23 years of my life, I haven't regret anything in my life. Like literally, I don't have any regrets. I live life without regrets because again, I believe that everything happens for a reason. I was in a certain point where I used to blame everybody. I used to blame a lot of things in my life. Whenever it doesn't go in my favor, I used to blame this and that. But then, you know what? I realized I was young then, and I am getting wiser and older today and tomorrow and forever. And then we are growing, you know, we are healing. And I feel like a lot of people should know and should have the responsibility that whatever they might say about you or whatever they do to you, it's because they don't know any better. And the reason why they don't know any better is because one, maybe they haven't experienced what a good treatment is, or two, it's because of like just out of ignorance. Because like literally, I do believe that everything in life you are responsible for just like being who you are. Like it's just like your own responsibility, like what you say, how you act, how you move, and things like that. Like that is all of your responsibility. Like you cannot just point fingers because nobody was pointing a gun into your head to do this and to say that. So literally, anything in life, you cannot blame anybody but yourself. And I guess growth and maturity starts there. Like obviously, I am not a perfect person. I still do some dumb shit. I still commit to some things that I should not be committing myself into. But then again, you know, it's a learning progress. But then again, if you are not elevating and if you are not, I don't know, like progressing, then something is wrong. You're just being a hypocrite. I can say that because I find myself a hypocrite sometimes. Like I would be saying this and saying that. I would be giving advices to this person, or like whenever they ask advices, like I would give them this and that. And it's funny because I will tell them like I can't find the credibility in myself. Like, but I would still tell you this and tell you that. Like, but I still find this valid. Like, whatever advices I give to people whenever they ask me for some advice, or whenever they come to me and they open up to me, whenever I ask them, do you want me to give you any advice, or do you want me to help you, and things like that. Like, some words that comes out of my mouth, I would say they are valid. I just don't find the credibility in myself. And one thing, because like I am also like a working progress, um, and also I also have a feeling that the reason why I am telling you this is because it's not for me, but it's for you. You know what I mean? Like, I do have my own issues, and I also have my own problems, and I will follow also my own advice in my own way. But right now, at this moment, is there's a reason why I am telling you this right now. It's because of like you have to act on it right now or soon. So I also believe that, again, people will always forget what you tell them. I read this, that people will forget what you tell them, or people will forget what you did for them, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And every single time I meet somebody, I try my best to make them feel comfortable. I try to make my best to, like, whenever they speak to me, like, there is no judgment here. This is an open space. Like, you can tell me anything, and I will comfort you or give you care. And I will literally, like, just act and treat and talk to you at that specific moment, that exact moment, just how I feel. You know what I mean? So, like, I guess the reason why I'm saying this, because like a lot of times in life I've discovered to myself that I will meet someone, it will be great, and then it'll just like turn to chaos. And I think the problem is me, because I get very obsessive when it comes to people I like, because I have this fear of abandonment. And throughout the times I thought it was wrong, I thought it wasn't, I thought my, like, whatever I was feeling was invalid, when now that I am realizing it is not invalid. It's just like people that I was with couldn't understand the emotions and the feelings that I was having, and they don't know how to manage it. That's why we just like part ways. It's crazy because whoever in my position right now, whatever I've gone through, I'm not saying that whatever I've gone through is like worse than what you've encountered, or like better than what I've encountered, but I would say whoever would want to be in my position right now, or would want to experience what I have experienced, I would say to some people they might hate people or they might dislike people, but for me, anybody that was in my life or were in my life, I still have love for them, and I still, like, treat them as human beings, and I will still always have my doors open for them. But it doesn't mean that I have my doors open, I can just like easily be in the same position where I was before in their lives. You know what I mean? And I also learned this from the Kardashians, that it's crazy because I learned a lot from the Kardashians, that especially from Khloe Kardashian. She said you cannot burn bridges because it's the same path that you're going to walk back on. And I was like, oh, that's crazy, because I used to burn bridges. Like, literally, I don't like you, bye, ciao. And then now I'm like, maybe I did not like what you did. Maybe I did not like what you said, but I did not say that I don't like you. You know what I mean? Like, there are plenty of things in life that we can learn and we can discover. And, like, learning people's love language, or learning people's void, or learning people's just for being who they are, there are reasons to why they speak that way, or there are reasons why they act in a certain way. Sometimes, obviously, it crosses the line. Sometimes I hurt people. Sometimes I don't do good things to people. Again, as human being, I am not perfect. And I am not here to clear my name or anything. It's just like I am just sharing my experience where I know for a fact that a lot of people have experienced what I have experienced as well. And not a lot of people take their time to internalize whatever they have gone through. That's why I always want to speak in a vague matter. Like I don't talk about like specifics. I think because I cannot speak in specifics because a lot of things in life are just happening in general. Like I am not special, you're not special. Like this is happening because of this and that. You know what I mean? Like I get heartbroken, you get heartbroken. I get relationships, you get relationships. So it's not that whatever happening to me is special or whatever happening to you is special as well. That's why I don't like it's not that I don't want to speak in specifics. I prefer not to speak in specifics so everybody can relate. And if you get it, then you get it. If you don't, then you don't. But yes, again, like earlier I was filming, I posted this new content on YouTube that I said, um, I said I miss Toronto food, but really when I was filming earlier, I wasn't really feeling it. I felt like I have to film because it's already nighttime. It's just because of like I did say that, oh hey, you know what, I did say that I'm going to post tonight, but tonight right now, I don't know, I just feel like I'm just talking and just sharing this with you. And this is first time that this year, honestly, after my relationship with that person right now, I do feel like I should be honest with myself. Like whatever I feel and whatever comes across my mind, I literally just I have to be honest with myself. Like I cannot compromise for anybody anymore because like I also, I also came to this realization where I always put somebody else's wants and needs first. Like I make other people a priority rather than my own. And this year, I think it's a healing year. It's my healing year. And I am excited for more years to come because now I know what I should do and what I shouldn't do. And it's crazy because like I like life. I like life. Sometimes life can be bitchy, but it's exciting. It's chilling. As long as you have, like that peace of mind, and you have to learn how to have a peace of mind, and you have to surround yourself with people that are uplifting, you'll be fine. And yeah, I feel good. I hope you feel good. And I do really feel like I am meant to share my stories, just like you. You deserve to share your stories whenever you're ready. And I'm proud of me. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of who I am today. I am proud of who I've become. You know, there are certain. I always say certain. Well, the road that I was walking on was a bumpy one. But I make it fun. Mm. And I'm full of love. I should share like I'm full of love. The world needs more love. So I'm starting it with me. So yeah, that's crazy. Like I'm smiling right now. I'm feeling like good vibrations, good energy. Anyway, well, this is not really my nighttime routine, but I tend to end my night and start my day bright and loving. So I hope you feel it through the spring. And I will be posting more. I'm going to be consistent because I already started this and I have to be consistent at least one thing in my life. Well, good night, good morning, wherever you are, what time it is in your country or wherever you are. Well, I'll see you soon. Everything will be in the description below. Oh my god! Ciao. That's so cute.